Hi, I'm Michaela Guzzi for Insider Travel Report, and I'm very excited to introduce you to the captain of Explora 2. Captain Serena, we're on board your ship.
Very welcome. We are very honored that you are here with us.
Thank you. Well, you have such an interesting story, and truly a leader and an inspiration to a lot of females. So, can you tell a little bit about your journey with Explora?
Well, I'm so proud to be the first captain for Explora Journeys. I started my this love affair with the Explora Journeys beginning of 2022. I followed the construction of Explora 1 for more than 1 year and a half, and then the launching this startup of the new brand was probably the most challenging and rewarding and exciting experience of my life. And then back to the sister ship, the little one here, Explora 2. So following the last month of construction for Explora 2, and then the launching again, another adventure through the ocean, and then here, after roughly 7 months. So she's still growing.
But the family must really trust you to put you in charge of not one, but then the second ship.
The Aponte Vago family is probably they are the best people that I met in my life in 35 years at sea. They're so passionate about their job, the company, family, MSC family. Explore Journeys, we are the last, of course, of their business, but not for this reason. They don't put, not even 1 gram of less passion in this. So you can see from the ship, Madama Raffaella Ponte followed the decor of this beautiful Explora 2, like such as Explora 1 and all the other ship of the fleet. And she put all her elegance and sophisticated style in this ship. So I'm in love with the ship because probably I'm in love with her.
I'm in love with the ship too, so it's contagious. Now, talk a little bit about being a female ship captain. It's kind of a rarity in our industry.
Yes, we are still very few of us, about 12 in the cruise industry. I'm the first female captain for the entire group. And when they ask me what is the challenging, I always say, well, if you all close your eyes and someone will say, okay, here is the captain. You will never think about a blonde girl from Italy. You would think about something else, probably a man. And that one is the key. So it's important to not only to fill up a space, a role, but also to create a new role, a new imagination of what can be the captain. So that one is my goal.
No, it's beautiful, and again, very inspiring because it's industry wide that women are just starting to become captains. So,
Yes.
and also your cruise line has actually named a female CEO. Oh, sorry, your cruise line
President.
has named a global president. So,
Yes. Our president, Anna Nash, she's leading our Explorer journeys. And I believe that we all of us, of course, coming also from different company, when we start all together about 3 years ago, there was something that it was unique.
hmm,
Create a new brand from a family that has such a deep root and tradition in maritime industry. And I'm feeling very proud to be part of this group also because our owner, Captain Gianluigi Ponte, together with the wife, of course, Madama Raffaella Ponte, but he's a former captain. He's very unique in the cruise industry. I feel very proud and very honored to work for him and Madama Raffaella.
what made you want to become a ship captain?
Nothing, because I do believe that is the voyage is more important than the final destination. So I started to see the ships as a possibility to travel around the world. And then I say, well, I like to do this job, and I was doing, all my career, all my path since I was a cadet. And what it make me feel more and more attached to this job, that I was like in love with each stage, each part, each moment of my job. And when they told me, Serena, you will go as a captain on the next ship, I said, really? And I took it, but it was something that came in a very natural way, just like that.
Beautiful. And so, talk a little bit about the number of crew you have on board and kind of some of the different departments.
640 hosts at the moment, as we call the crew on Explora journeys. Majority of them, of course, are running the hotel department, so that make possible, to have this a beautiful hotel at sea, that they are all reporting to the general manager, that reported to me finally. But it's not the only department. We have the engine department that is in charge for, of course, giving all the power to move from one port to the other one, but also for the technical maintenance. And the chief engineer that is in charge for engine part is definitely at the end reporting also to me. Then we have the deck department that is in charge, the staff captain, that is also the deputy of the captain, so my right hand. And he's in charge for the maintenance, for the safety, for the security, for the navigation. And we have the people team that is the smallest department that's taking care of the crew. So host taking care of the host, because if you don't have happy crew, happy host,
Right.
you don't have happy guests. All in all, for me, is what I call an orchestra. And I always often define myself like a conductor of an orchestra, because we need to balance all these instruments, 640 instruments, to balance together, to fine tune together, to play the most beautiful song for our guests. So I am the proud conductor of Orchestra Explora 2.
I love that analogy, by the way. But 640 crew and also, or host, 640 hosts, it's a lot of people to manage, and they're also from all over the world. How do you choose who's coming on board?
Well, our talent and acquisition department, the short side from Ginevra and from Sorrento, I think they made an important role in the success of Explore Journeys, because it's not only about the professional skills that they need to be there, of course, but it's also about the approach, the smile. You will see always our host, our crew smiling.
Yeah.
I always remind them, well, first you need to smile to yourself in the morning,
So,
then to your colleague, and then to the guest. And that one is the key, to make feel each and every guest on board like they are on their own private home away from home, or maybe their private yacht, because of course we are moving. You need to feel really like it's yours. And this is also what the family at Ponte Vago, was thinking about Explore Journeys. It's your own private yacht, and you need to live with your own tempo, with your own peace, with your own eyes.
there's a lot of intimate spaces throughout the ship, which makes it feel, well, intimate and
Yes,
special.
it's correct. It will never be crowded, because it's the outdoor space and indoor space are very articulated, are designed in the way that you can find always your little corner where you may read a book, listen some music, or maybe just watch the ocean. That is the best part.
Yes, it is pretty nice to just stare out your balcony, and it's kind of hypnotizing to stare at the sea.
Yeah. During my announcement, when we are departing from the port, or during the noon announcement, when we are at sea like today, I used to say that if you are a very romantic one, you can enjoy the sunset or the sunrise from your balcony. And the horizon is changing every day. It's never the same. I used to call mobile horizon. So this is the most fascinating part. You cannot find this in any other, beautiful resort. There is no such resort that can offer you different horizon every day.
Yeah, you wake up in a new place.
Yes.
Which is a really exciting concept. Now, talk a little bit about the various destinations that Explora sails to, and what's your favorite?
Well, I'm a Mediterranean girl. I'm coming from Italy, so now we are in Mediterranean. I really love this part of Mediterranean, the West Mediterranean, and the Atlantic, because now we are also during this journey reaching Lisbon, and that is one of my favorite cities in the entire world. Definitely, the Mediterranean is an exciting destination. And it's very complex because there is not only the beauty of the place, it's also the history, the heritage, the food. I'm looking forward to go back to Asia because I missed from Asia for now a few years. So, in the itinerary will be also Asia. And there is again North Europe for Explora 3, like inaugural season for Explora 1. Our inaugural season was in North Europe, and the maiden voyage was Copenhagen to Reykjavik. The
Very
most, exciting because the sea was flat and nobody could believe because Iceland, everybody was thinking very rough. And it's a special light in North Europe, special, um, landscape. So looking forward to go back also that.
And then on this journey, we're going from one iconic city to the next, Barcelona to Lisbon. What are some of your favorite stops along the way?
Well, definitely, Lisbon is my favorite. This journey is on Lisbon because and you cannot miss the beauty of sailing into the Tago River with this light from the Atlantic that mixes with the light coming from the river. This iconic city, land of several poet and writer. Recently, when we were in Lisbon last time, I was walking ashore, of course, for my pastel de nata, and
They're everywhere.
yes, and I found one book translated in different language that put together several of the poets from Portugal, and I took it and I was reading one of the poems during the noon speech. So looking forward to find out if they have another copy because I want to buy for a friend of mine. And then they have a beautiful this art craft made of
The filigree?
yes, that is very unique. So I think that is one of my next stops.
All your little treasures from around the world, I'm
Yes,
sure.
yeah. My home is fill up. My husband a little bit complain about that, but we have little piece of the entire world. So definitely, and the fado. I had the chance in October when we called Lisbon for the first time. I was out with some of our guests. We went in the restaurant very close to where the ship is docked. Traditional, of course, cuisine from Portugal, but also the live exhibition of fado. That was unique. So, and it was my first time with a live fado. So something that I will bring.
It's very touching.
Yes, very dramatic, very touching.
The other thing I love about Lisbon, and I've never cruised into Lisbon yet, but I've spent a lot of time there, and it's one of the few cities where the cruise port is in the city.
Yeah.
So you arrive to all those beautiful buildings on top of all the hills, and
Yeah.
it feels very special where a lot of cities the cruise port is far away.
Yeah, we dock right downtown. Really, this time is just 5 minutes away from the main square. This beautiful square that is, looking at the river, and it's something. Yeah, it remind me a lot of the Italy in the 50s. The people are very welcoming. Last time that I was there, the taxi driver was perfectly speaking Italian because he lived in Italy for 20 years, and he started to tell me about all his life on Italy. So he just make me a nice trip around the iconic place of Lisbon. No, definitely is a place not to miss.
Now, tomorrow we port in Malaga, which I've never been to before. Any tips?
You cannot miss the museum of Pablo Picasso. That not to be missed. Yes,
We're
It's
also going to do an olive oil tasting.
yes, yes, they have a wonderful, and in Portugal as well, their olive oil is really top quality, something to try.
I've started to notice in this area of the world, people get very competitive about who has the best olive oil and the best wine. And I have to say, I haven't really been disappointed yet, so it's hard for me to make a judgment call.
And I can start to get into the competition because I have olive tree home in
Oh,
Croatia, where I live. So my husband starts to be very competitive on that one. So I can understand it.
hilarious. Now, what is the guest to staff ratio on board?
Is one about 1 to 1.5. So every guest is almost two of our hosts. So it's standard is extremely high. And extremely high also in the way that uh, we want to make you feel a little bit spoiled.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. The food is delicious. So delicious that I always say, well, pay attention because at the end of the journey, it may be also dangerous.
Yes, no, that you have to get up there and do the walking track and
Yes,
hit up your beautiful gym.
yes, in the gym. And what is most important, I believe that what is our guests are keep telling me that is they really feel like they found their own place on the ocean. That is very important because to show them through the itinerary, of course, that we have exciting and beautiful itinerary with a lot of ports that are out of the most commercial icon from the cruise industry. So also for me, some of the ports that we call with Explora 1, Explora 2, they were new to me. And this is very exciting because after 35 years, it's not something easy to find a new port, but to look with the different eyes. And as I always say, with your own tempo, and to bring back home a little piece of Explora 2. So I say, well, that way was Explora 2. I want to go back to see if I take another piece of Explora 2. The moment that you feel home, that is the key, right? So you want
I
to
was
go
going to
back.
say, I've been admiring your necklaces, which are actually, you have a nice tie-in to the ship. Can you explain?
Well, this is from Buccellati, is the shop that we have on board. That is, we are the only cruise line with the Buccellati on board. Is a wonderful handcraft piece made in Italy.
They're stunning.
And this is their symbol for coming from the Renaissance period in Italy. And when I saw, I thought it was like a cross, but then they would explain to me that it's a flower from the Renaissance. And I say, well, because I'm Italian, I need to bring with me a piece of Italy. So I decided to bring my piece of Italy with the Buccellati. And the other things I always bring with me is a little piece of aquamarine in the ring, the form of the ring that I always leave on the bridge, close to the engine lever, because in the old times, this was a tradition from the Romans and Phoenicians and Greek. So if there is a bad weather, you would throw that little piece of aquamarine as a gift for the king of the ocean, Neptune. So that way is a kind of we are very superstitious as a seafarer. So I didn't leave that superstitious home. I always bring with me, and so that's why we have a beautiful weather.
With crystals.
But that's why we have a beautiful weather because I'm very keen on my superstition
Hey,
streak.
you know what? If it's bringing me good weather on my journey, thanks for that. Now, I have to ask because you live an unorthodox life, as do I. I'm a digital nomad, and people are always fascinated by, how I pack and even things like where do I get my nails done. I'm curious, how often do you spend on board and off ship?
Um, Generally speaking, should be 6 months on board and 6 months off, with a contract of 3 months on and 3 months off. But it is always, and this is the beauty, the beauty of my job is always changing. So last year it was more than 8 months on board. When I start with Explora 2, I left home in June, and I come back on board at the end of January this year. So,
Wow.
and but it's never the same, and this also gives me the adrenaline, to it's the beauty.
Do you miss being at sea when you're on land?
When I'm home, I have this mental switch, so I try to enjoy the moment.
Hmm.
I try to get the best from when I'm home on board, and the best when I'm home. But unfortunately for my husband, I like to travel also when I'm home. So usually I arrive home, I unpack, and after a few days I pack again, and we go somewhere because he likes. He's also like a gypsy at heart, like me. So we love the Dolomites, the mountain in the north of Italy. We love to travel throughout Europe, and I would like to go back in Africa because I miss Africa for a very long time now.
That's where I go next.
Yeah. I'm pushing on that.
Now, what's your favorite part of the ship?
There is outside Crema Cafe where everybody is going for a smoke. I'm not a smoker, but is the closest part of the ship to the ocean. So you can be there. Most of the time it's very quiet. There is not so many person, and you can enjoy your cappuccino and watch the ocean very close, and you can feel the breath of the ocean. And the other part that I like is Explore Lounge here where we are, especially at the night. It's remind me a lot of that architecture from the 50s, Gio Ponti in Italy. And is when we are in port with the sunset and sitting outside is marvelous. In the night during the sailing, you can admire the sky because we have also the outdoor is very unique. And
No light pollution, so you can
yeah,
get some good starry night.
yeah, and enjoy the music because there is always a live music here in Explore Lounge.
We were dabbling in that last night.
Yeah. See?
Well, so to wrap things up, you have a lot of exciting news as a company coming up. Can you divulge any information? What's new and next?
Well, our new baby, Explorer 3, is coming soon, summer of the next year, 2026, shortly after Explorer 4. It will be slightly different from number 1 and number 2 because number Explorer 1 and Explorer 2, they are sister ship. Explorer 3, Explorer 4, they will be sister ship, but with different layout from the first two. So it will be very exciting to find out something new about the decor and the layout. There will be also LNG ship that is very important for the impact on the environment. It's improving. And then, of course, number 5 and number 6 all the way until 2028. So,
You guys are going to be busy.
and the itinerary that we cannot disclose, but of course, with the more ship, we are start to open to the worldwide itinerary. So
Do all the ships follow the same itineraries, or will they start deploying to different
they will
points?
start to deploy different itinerary. That will be the beauty, because to have the possibility to not only to enjoy the ship, that is obvious is a key number one at the end. This is the reason why we have so many guests that are repeaters in just not even 2 years. There are so many repeated guests.
I
And
actually met someone that was on
yes,
my first sailing with you.
yes, yes. Now is more and more difficult because really is our party for the Explorer Club for our loyalty program for the repeaters is start to become very crowded. But definitely also the itinerary that they will bring these beautiful ladies, our beautiful ladies, 1, 2, and then all the other one around the world.
Well, thank you. It's pretty remarkable what you guys are doing, and I do think it's a truly unique experience at sea.
Ocean state of mind, yeah.
Ocean state of mind. I get it.
Your ocean state of mind, because it needs to be your ocean state of mind.
What it truly, like going back to walking out on the balcony, and I just sit there and I stare at it, and it's so soothing, and you just feel your whole nervous system go.
That one is the ocean state of mind, your ocean state of mind.
I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us with the ship captain and the master. Actually, will you explain that?
There is my professional title is that one of captain. So we need to have more than a captain on board. At the moment, we have three with three officers with a professional title as a captain, but only one of them is the master in command. And I'm very proud to be master in command of Explora 2, my little baby.
Her beautiful little baby. And that was a fun fact that I learned, so I wanted to share it with the audience of Insider Travel Report.